Have you ever noticed that the same problems keep showing up in your relationships with different people at different times, but always following the same script? Jealousy, emotional distance, constant push and pull. That's not bad luck. And it's definitely not just picking the wrong people. Watch this video all the way through, because halfway in I'll show you a clear framework. What your attachment style is and exactly which relationship patterns it's pulling you into. After this, a lot of things will finally make sense. Psychologist John Bowlby discovered something uncomfortable. The way you love is not a choice and not a personality trait. It's a learned program. One that gets written in childhood, depending on whether safe, reliable adults were there for you or not. And then that program runs automatically in every new relationships you enter. One person clings to the partner terrified of losing them. Another keeps their distance and can't open up. A third swings between intense closeness and sudden coldness. None of them are doing it on purpose. They're just running their eternal script without even knowing it exists. If you already recognized yourself in even one of these descriptions, hit like. This video is for people who are ready to look at themselves honestly. Here's what makes this especially difficult. Your attachment style doesn't just affect your behavior. It literally attracts certain people and certain situations into your life. The anxious person keeps choosing partners who can give them enough warmth, because that very anxiety feels like real love. The avoidant person sabotages relationships the moment they start getting genuinely close, because deep down intimacy feels like danger. And the person with disorganized attachment lives in constant inner conflict, desperately wanting love and simultaneously terrified of it. Their relationships are emotional roller coasters where nobody wins. The problem isn't the partners. The problem is that most people don't know their attachment style and keep replaying the same story convinced that they just have bad luck in love. Here's the good news. There are only 4 attachment styles. And once you recognize yours, you can finally see what's actually happening in your relationships. Secure attachment. The person is comfortable with both closeness and independence. They can talk about feelings, handle conflict, and stay themselves in a relationship. These are the people who build mature, equal partnerships. Anxious attachment. Underneath everything is a fear of being abandoned. They want more intimacy than their partner can give. This leads to jealousy, control, and codependency. Avoidant attachment. Closeness feels like a threat to freedom. Being vulnerable is hard, so they pull away instead. Relationships become emotionally cold and shut down. Disorganized attachment. Pulled toward closeness and afraid of it at the same time. Relationships feel like chaos, sudden rushes of intensity followed by sudden withdrawal, always teetering on the edge. Recognize something? This is already the first step. Because awareness isn't just a buzzword. It's literally the moment the program stops running on autopilot. By the way, if practical psychology, no fluff, no jargon matters to you, subscribe. This channel is exactly that, how our minds actually work and what we can do about it. Now the most important part, what actually changes an attachment style? First, awareness of your own reactions. Not why does he act like that, but why do I react like this? It's an uncomfortable question, but it's the one that leads somewhere real. Second, the experience of safe closeness. Attachment styles don't change through books or insight alone. They change through lived experience. When there is something in your life, a partner, a friend, a therapist who doesn't disappear, doesn't punish, doesn't manipulate. Slowly your nervous system learns closeness is not dangerous. Third, working on boundaries. Codependent people lose themselves in relationships because they don't know where they end and where the other person begins. Avoidant people build walls instead of boundaries. A boundary isn't a wall, and it isn't dissolving into something else. It's, I know what matters to me and I can say it out loud. Fourth, therapy. This isn't weakness. It doesn't mean you are broken. It's simply the fastest and safest way to work through something that was shaped before you had any control over it. And here was generally encouraging. Research shows that a partner with secure attachment can gradually soften an actions or avoidant style in the other person. Relationships aren't only the place where old wounds show up. They can also be the environment where you grow out of them. Your attachment style is not a label. is a starting point. Tell me in the comments, which attachment style did you recognize in yourself? Anxious, avoidant, disorganized, or maybe secure? No test, no diagnosis, just an honest conversation. I'm genuinely curious. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. It means you care, and that already counts for a lot. See you in the next video.